Hey guys, this is Long Entertainment. I'm Mycosa. Bit of a late night video, just a vlog here. No gaming for today, I'm afraid. Had a really long day at work. But I'm trying to keep up with my one video a day for the month of November, get back on track for things. Admittedly, I hit a snag yesterday with that video. In a nutshell, it was just late going up. I thought I'd hit the publish button, and for some reason it took a while to do that. We have Comcast here, and apparently Xfinity was having some issues and has been. I guess that may have affected it because it didn't properly publish. I took care of it when I got back home. It came up after midnight if you're on Eastern Standard Time. But you know what? I'm not gonna let a snag like that throw me off my groove. Okay, it was still up, and this one here, which is gonna be a late night one, which kind of fits my channel name. Well, this will be for today. No biggie. Just wanted to chat a bit. I was watching a recent upload by Treesicle, where he was going over Earthbound. It just got me thinking about some stuff. He does a great analysis of what really makes Earthbound special. People are the Mother series, which includes Mother, Earthbound, and Mother 3, as well as its the hacks of it, the Halloween hack, and Toby Fox made that, and he eventually would also make Undertale. The games like that, they've got a very strong following, and for good reason. I'll post a link for that. He does a good job explaining it. As someone who's never personally played Earthbound, only seen others play it, I think I should leave that for him. But it got me thinking, the older games had some really standout titles that really shaped things for people. I mean, for an example, Chrono Trigger, which Pro Jared did that, did analysis. I'll put a link for that too. He went over Chrono Trigger, and they're right that it did a really good job showing how time travel should be handled in a story setting. The progression of the game was good. You never felt like you needed to grind, which can break the flow of the game. I'm not gonna lie. Most of the RPGs I've played over the years, I've had to go and grind. I've had to go and earn up levels and break the flow of things just to sit and mindlessly pound at things or shoot arrows at things or magic or whatever. You have to. Pokemon. I love the Pokemon series, but I can think of more than a few times where I've had to sit and just fight random Pokemon to level up who I've had because I just wasn't there. And yeah, if you've got a pre-thought out team with the all the effort value points already keyed in from an early level, so now all you gotta do is go and level up, get that all handled by early on, level 5, level 10. If that's how you choose to play and all. I mean, there's nothing intrinsically wrong with just sitting back and going through the game and enjoying it. But if you have a plan there, yeah, you might not need to level up too much. Maybe a little in the beginning, but then the progression of those games tends to go. But still, it can be there. It's definitely there for other RPGs. Don't even get me started on the Final Fantasy series. I mean, I love the Final Fantasy series, but yeah, grindy. There's grindy parts. But it got me. Their analysis of the games that they loved, that formed their childhood, got me thinking about my youth and the games I played that sort of formed my childhood. So there we go. Look at the little corner of my microphone there. But it got me thinking of that. And for me, the game that I played that really formed it for me was this game by Origin Entertainment, Ultima 5 Warriors of Virtue. And then little after that on the Nintendo, the original NES, because it was for the computer too, but I played it first on the NES, Ultima 4 Quest of the Avatar. And that game had a profound impact on me. It formed my modern day moral code, which I still have now. The game was, you became the avatar of virtue, which basically meant that you demonstrated the 8 virtues of the game. As I recall, it was courage, It was valor, honesty, compassion, self-sacrifice, justice, honor, spirituality, and humility. And the idea was it was based on truth, love, courage, and they were supposed to be combinations. I mean, obviously the one-ofs, honesty, truth, valor, courage, compassion, love, which I thought was a nice take. Love of your fellow man is part and part of compassion. Yeah. And then you had spirituality, which was all three. You had honor, which was courage and truth, as I recall. You had justice, which was love and truth. Self-sacrifice, courage, and love. You get the idea. And humility was none of those three. It was a standalone thing sort of in the middle, instead of all-encompassing. Basically, the whole thing just formed my moral code. And you had options in the game to demonstrate those morals. You had opportunities to cheat innkeepers or steal, but you couldn't beat the game that way. You could fight and kill every last monster, but if they started running away, you were supposed to show mercy. You could have your other guys retreat, but you had to be the last one out. It made a difference. It showed. It taught a moral system. Early Scamera found that did something like that. And again, the game had a lot of in-depth storytelling, and the leveling system in it was such that I never felt like I needed to level up. You only went from level 1 to 8 anyway, and each level only gave you a stat point here or there. There was only 3 stats. Strength, dexterity, and intelligence. How much you can carry, how well you can dodge and shoot things, and how much magic points you have. Pretty simple. And, you also gained a bit of magic points and 30 hit points, as I recall in it. So, a level 4 and a level 5 character, not a huge difference. Yeah, level 1 and a level 8. But there was enough going on in the game that by the time you finished, you and your 5 companions would probably be around level 7, level 8. And you didn't necessarily need to fight all the strongest things. I mean, a team of level 1 characters could theoretically beat even the toughest things with a bit of strategy. It was good in that way. It just showed me a sign of good game design, that it didn't break its mold. It didn't break its immersion in storytelling, to employ the game end of it. It made things enjoyable. I've played Chrono Trigger. It had the same thing. I never felt like I needed to grind to gain levels. I just had to go through the game and enjoy it. And things generally progressed normally. Final Fantasy III, same sort of thing. Except I admit the end boss on it, pretty tough cookie. Final Fantasy IV, same thing. I didn't feel it was grindy. Final Fantasy VI, same thing. I didn't feel it was grindy. I mean, you could grind a bit in the beginning to have an easier time later on, and I usually would. Get up to level 5 or 6 with your first character, Terra. Things go so much smoother just for the rest of the game. Good stuff. But other than that, it was pretty smooth sailing. It didn't interrupt its immersion. Those were good examples. It just got me thinking. I'll put a link to a couple of the things I was talking about there, and a link to a description of the Ultima series. There's been some websites dedicated to doing modern day equivalents, I think with the Dungeon Siege engine. It's good stuff. I just want to chat there. If you guys want, feel free to chat or discuss in your own right games that stand in your mind as good examples that stand the test of time, that really build on something deep. Feel free. But that's it. I'm gonna call it quits. It's a late night. I want to go to bed. I'm tired. So, as always, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, give that like button a boop. And as always, thank you all for watching, and have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye. Click.